Hi guys, my name is Matti Sulanto, and in this video I'm gonna be taking pictures, portraits of strangers on location here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. In this video I'm gonna be talking about my choice of gear, my settings, and generally what I'm looking for when I'm taking pictures like this. But before we go into the portraits, please. Before we go into the portraits, please consider subscribing to my channel and tap the bell over there so you'll get notified whenever I post a new video, and I post a new video twice a week. May I take a picture? Yes? Okay.
Okay. Very nice, huh?
Yes, very nice. You look beautiful. You look beautiful.
You beautiful. You camera, you beautiful.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Let me first tell you a bit about the location we're at. This is Pudu Wet Market in Kuala Lumpur. And I've been here many times before. My first time was a few years back when my good friend Robin Wong, who's actually over there behind the camera right now, Robin brought me here a few years ago, and this place is just a fantastic place for any kind of photography. There's so much going on all the time, and you don't see many tourists here. I've never actually seen any tourists here when I've been here. When you first enter the place, it may look a bit intimidating and the smell is kind of unique. But the people are generally very friendly and warm, and this is a fairly safe place to shoot. It's a good idea to come here in the morning because it gets really hot later in the day. All right, I'm gonna take your picture now. Okay, let's get the meat in the foreground maybe. Yeah, this looks good. When you're shooting at a location like this, you have to remember that these people are working here, so you have to respect that, and if they don't want you to take their picture, then you just have to move on to the next person or next subject, because really these people are working and you have to let them do their work right. May I take a picture? Can I? Is it okay? Okay, good. Always ask before you take a picture in a situation like this. Whenever you are taking pictures like this, remember to take it easy, because I tend to maybe sometimes hurry a little bit when somebody lets me take their picture. I'm kind of overwhelmed by joy or something, and then I tend to hurry because I feel like now I have to be really fast. But take your time, check the light, check the background, make sure your exposure is right, and just check everything and take it easy. And I'm only saying this because I tend to hurry a bit too much whenever I'm making pictures like this. Yeah. One more. It can happen that somebody comes to you and asks you to take their picture, and I think you should take the picture no matter if the lighting is good or bad, because I think you could be insulting this person if you are not taking the picture. And if the lighting and everything is good, you get a really nice shot almost like for free. Okay, I just bump up the ISO a bit to get my shutter speed fast enough. Can you smile?
Wow.
Nice, huh?
Okay.
Thank you. And my choice of gear today is the Lumix S1R and the 50mm f1.4 Lumix S Pro lens. And like I told in my travel gear video, I had a special plan or task for this lens, and this is it. And I chose this lens because I think it could work really well for something like this. Of course, any gear is okay, but I'm having this lens on loan from Panasonic, and I had to return it after I go back to Finland. So I wanted to do this with this lens for that particular reason. But of course you don't need this kind of gear as big or as expensive, and as a matter of fact I don't think this is a very good like travel camera at all. But because I knew I'd be coming to this wonderful location, I wanted to take this lens. So yeah, my choice of gear is this, but like I said, you can do this with any kind of gear, even on your phone if you really like to. As a matter of fact, I've done similar pictures also on my phone and they turn out really well. Thank you. I really think something like a 50mm or 25 in micro four thirds is a perfect angle of view or focal length for something like this. It's just about the right field of view. It's not too wide, it's not too tight, and the depth of field you get with this kind of lens, whether it's full frame or 25 on micro four thirds, is just about right. It can isolate the subject just a little bit, but also give some idea of the background, because I think the background is important in this kind of pictures. Yes, very nice, beautiful. Wow. One more. The reason I came to this location is that there are always warm, charismatic and natural people to take pictures of. And like I said, there's so much going on in this place that it's just worth seeing every time. And I highly recommend you this place if you come to KL, even though it might look a bit intimidating and it might smell bad, but it's a lovely place, trust me. Like that. I really like the blue apron and the blue background and some red dishes or plates there. One more. Thank you so much. Thank you. Let me show you. See, blue. It looks good. It looks good. Thank you. It's only 10 o'clock, but it's really getting hot already. So it's a good idea to come here in the morning.
Wait. Young farmer.
They like holding up this stuff.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yes. I really can't believe how friendly and warm the people are in this place. It's incredible. Okay, I want to stop down to f2.8 here to make sure both of the guys are in focus. You look good. Thank you. My favorite settings for something like this is I'm using the manual exposure mode, and I'm just controlling everything manually because I think it's the safest thing to do. Sometimes the auto exposure might alter the exposure when I change the composition just a little bit. So that's my preferred method. And it's important not to stick at wide open aperture all the time. Sometimes it's a good idea to add or extend the depth of field just a bit to get also the background or the shapes in the background visible more. And while you're shooting, also it's important to take care of the shutter speed, not to use too slow shutter speed, because you don't want your masterpiece portrait end up shaken or blurred for the reason that you didn't properly check your shutter speed. Especially if you're using aperture priority, you may not notice while you are checking everything else in the shot, you may not notice that your shutter speed is too slow. Hold it one more second. Thank you. What I'm looking for here is a good light, charismatic subject, and also a nice color, because here people tend to wear colorful clothes, and also the backgrounds are a lot different than, say, in my home country, Finland. And also the light is a lot different here. The color of the light is different. and also somehow the quality of light is different, a lot different than in Finland. And also nice the hazy season here because of the forest fires somewhere in Indonesia or wherever. It also creates some like a maybe softening effect to the light. But also I have to thank Robin, my good friend Robin Wong, who's actually behind the video camera right now, for bringing me here and helping me out, because not everybody here speaks English, so sometimes it's not so easy to communicate with people. Alright, now it's really getting too hot and I think it's time to call it a day. I hope you guys enjoyed this little portrait or whatever session you can call this here at Pudu Wet Market, Kuala Lumpur. Thanks so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one.